Welcome back to the Cashflow Pirate Podcast. It is episode 16 and it is the 5th of October. For what that means, I don't know, but it's the 5th of October 2019. So the last few weeks, I'm just going to jump straight into this. There's no fancy little intro here. The last few weeks I've been, if you've been listening, you'll know, but I've been focusing mainly on Amazon FBA, Amazon FBM, Amazon merch, all those Amazon-based things. And this week is absolutely no different. So, just when you thought you had enough acronyms, I've got a new one for you. So have you heard of Amazon KDP? No, of course you haven't. Because I hadn't either. And even if you had, do you actually know what it means? Because it's a whole new world to get into, which is just what I need, something else to be interested in. So let's start from the start. Amazon KDP. What the hell is it? So it stands for Amazon Kindle Desktop Publishing, and it's the platform they use for people to upload Kindle ebooks for people's Kindles, and obviously smartphones and devices and wherever else you read ebooks, or Kindle specific ebooks, I must say, because these are obviously the Kindle proprietary format. While I was just browsing the internet like you do, when I should have been working on my other stuff, but I was browsing the internet and I came across this guy, and his name was Cohen. And what he's doing, it's really interesting. Okay, well, again, this is just another way to try and make money. The idea is you create an ebook, you upload it to Amazon KDP, and then people buy it on their Kindles. It's literally as simple as that. The problem is, well, I don't know about you, but I'm definitely no writer. So, I mean, I can just about read, let alone write them. So that's definitely not happening. So I've always kind of dismissed it because I thought, well, it's only for writers, so there's not much point in this. But I was watching this guy's video, and he says himself he doesn't write either. So he gets other people to write books for him, and then he sells them on Amazon. Okay, so you can watch his video. I'll link one of his videos in the show notes, so go and take a look yourself. But I just thought I'd give you a very brief overview because the video is quite long, as these things tend to be. So I just thought I'd give you a sort of a 5-part overview of what the whole process is, and see if you fancy it yourself. Right, okay. So number 1, finding research. Okay, so you need to research what your book is going to be about. Okay, so again, you're not going to write this book. Somebody else is going to write this book for you. But you need to give them the tools to write it with. Okay, so number 1 is research. And what this guy does, he goes on to Udemy, which is like a e-learning platform. They have loads of courses. I've bought quite a few courses on there before. Some are good, some are dodgy. It's a bit hit and miss, but still. Udemy, it's a big, they do some cheap courses, some expensive courses, all sorts. But it is used by quite a few people. So it's generally a good place to sort of find what people are interested in and what courses people are buying. So this guy goes to Udemy and then he finds courses. Again, it doesn't matter the subject. The subject is kind of irrelevant unless you want to pick something that is interesting to you, of course. So on Udemy, he says he looks for courses that have at least 4.5 star ratings and a minimum of 1,000 students enrolled on the course. So that's his sort of base level. Okay, so again, it doesn't matter what category, it can be whatever you want. So he finds this course, he goes, okay, it ticks all those boxes. He then takes the title of that course, takes the headline title of it, then he goes to Amazon. So step 2 is he takes that, he goes to Amazon with it, and then he searches the book section on Amazon. Okay, so he searches for books with a BSR, so the bestseller ranking, I think that's what it stands for, a BSR ranking of 20,000. So it's got to be below 20,000, 1 being the best in the ratings. So 1 is the best, 10 million is the worst. So if it's got a rating of below 20,000, even if it's just one, then that's fine. That proves that. So what that proves is that people are buying it on Amazon, and obviously they're buying it on Udemy as well. Okay, so the only thing you've got to be careful of is make sure whoever that person is on Amazon isn't like an influencer, so they haven't got like kind of outside help where their audience are just buying it because it's them. So people like, if you find a book on hat making, that's a terrible analogy I'm using here. If you use a hat making course and you go, oh yeah, wow, that's got 4.5 stars, it's got 2,000 people enrolled, fantastic. Go to Amazon, you type in hat making for beginners. There's a book comes up, or a few books that has 19,000 BSR rating. You think great, but there's only one. It's the only book that's got that, and it's by some hat maker extraordinaire. Then that's no good, because they're using their audience as an influence to buy the book. Okay, so again, like if it was a book about marketing, and the only person selling under 20,000 was like Seth Godin, something like that, then that's no good to you. Okay, so then you go back to step one, go for courses, etc., etc. Okay, so you've done your research on Udemy, you found your course, you go to Amazon, you find a book that matches that criteria. Right, so your next step is, how do you find someone to write a book for you on a subject you may know nothing about? So we're back to our super duper favourite. Step 3 is you either go to Fiverr, People Per Hour, Guru.com, all those freelancer websites, and you're going to be searching for people who do ghostwriting, basically. So you need to find someone, and I didn't really believe there'd be many people doing this, but there are loads on there. So you just go there and you type in ebook writing service, whatever, something like that, and then it just says there's loads of gigs available. I will write your ebook on, and sometimes they give you like a set of subjects that they're good at, because obviously it helps if the person writing them knows about the subject. So you get a lot of you might get like students, university students, college students who are doing like professional writing as their degree, so they kind of need stuff to write about and to practice about loads of different subjects. And what they do, they just put their gig on Fiverr and stuff, and then they just say, "Oh, give me stuff to write about. I'll write about it." And if it's within their sort of knowledge base, then great, because then they don't have to research so much. So it's going to be a little bit cheaper. But if it's a subject, if they just say, like, I'm a writer, I'll write any subject you want and do the research, you're going to be paying more, because you're going to be paying them for the time to actually sit down and research it, which you could do yourself, of course, but I sure as hell don't want to do that. So I'd rather pay someone to do it for me. So that's your choices. Now he says you should be able to get this done for around $150. Okay, and that you're kind of paying for about 10,000 words for that kind of money, and that does tend to sort of ring true looking at the gigs that are available. That does seem to be the rough price. So it's $150, like I said, for around 10,000 words. What's the next step? So you say to the person, okay, I want a book on hat making. I want it to be 10,000 words. I want you to do the research unless you're an expert in it already. Off you go. And then what you do, you get that person. They may ask for a deposit, depends who you go for, but they may ask you to, so you say to them, okay, can you give me like a brief summary of what you plan to write about? And also, but before you get to this point, make sure you ask for their examples of work as well, because you can kind of see, you've only got to read a few paragraphs of someone's writings to see if, not that they sound like you, that they sound like they have the same style or it's familiar to you. If they're using really long, complicated words and it sounds quite unnatural to you, you may not be so comfortable selling that, because don't forget, this is going to go under your name, so you've got to bear that in mind. But hey, this is just my idea. This is not. I'm not saying that this is the way to do it. But for me, I looked for someone who was a bit more natural to me. So anyway, that's what you do. So they send a summary back, and you go, "Yep, that looks great," or no, I'm not really sure about this. Can you give me a list of the chapters you might be working on, etc.? And then he says, yep, here you go. And then bam, you pay him, he goes off, she goes off, and writes your book for you. So after a few weeks, you should have your book back, your ebook. You paid them the money, all done. The next thing you need is a cover. Now, this is something you could probably do yourself, if I'm honest. But again, I don't want to. I don't want to do it myself. I don't want to have to open up Affinity Designer, try and figure out which font I like. I'm not a designer either. So, guess what? Guess what the next step is? Go back to Fiverr. Go back to People Per Hour. Go back to any other freelancing website. Type in ebook cover design. Bam. Look for one that catches your eye, or they've all got examples. Look for one that catches your eye and you think, yes, excellent. You do that, you contact them, say I need a cover. Bam. Again, looking, if you just want a front cover, the ones I've looked at, kind of sort of $30, that kind of money. If you want them to do like a front, back and spine, it tends to be sort of $50, $60. And then upwards of there, if you want stationery designed and all other stuff designed around it, goes up to $80, $100. That's the kind of scale anyway. From the look of it, it looks like it's going to cost you to get one book created. I reckon it's going to cost you around $200 from start to finish. Now, Amazon KDP is totally free to sell on, by the way. So you can just apply for an account. You just open one up, and there you go. Bam, you've got an account. So that's not a problem. Yeah, and that's it. That's all I've got to tell you. So you just upload it to Amazon KDP, and then wait for the millions and millions of pounds to come rolling in, or the one sale a month for the next 5 years, whatever. That is the idea anyway. At first, I kind of sort of wrote this off, like no, whatever. I can't be bothered. I'm not really interested. But then when you think the sort of barrier to entry, it's pretty easy. You're not creating anything at all, are you? You're just paying someone. I mean, hey, if you're a writer, or if you think you know a subject pretty well, why not practice? Have a go. Put a book up yourself. Again, it's free. It's kind of like Amazon merch. As long as you've got the design, you can just upload it yourself. So if you've got a book in you, 25, 30 page book even on whatever, any subject, anything, golf. If you want golf, you like golf, you're an expert at it, you think you've got some cool insights into golf, write a golf book. Do it front cover yourself. Just do it just do a simple I like golf in Arial font. Stick it on the Kindle store for $1.99. See what happens. I've got no idea. I don't intend to do that because I don't know any subject well enough to actually write a whole book on it. And my language skills are definitely not good enough. So what I did, I thought it'd be quite cool to release a book based on some sort of entrepreneurial subject. So I did go onto Udemy. I found an idea that I thought might be quite cool, and I've got a ghostwriter. He's a guy from the UK. I spoke to him first. He sent me some examples, and he's off now writing it. There we go. So I've done it. I browsed all the cover designers again, found one I liked, so that I got them set up ready, and now I'm just waiting. So now I'm just waiting for the book to come back to see what it's like, and if it's successful and comes back well and looks good, I'll upload it. If I make any sales, I'll let you know. Of course I will. But there'll be podcasts in between that, so that's where I'm at the moment. So I just thought maybe you want to try something else. There's another option for you. Crazy simple. Don't you think? I mean, it's insane. Get someone else to write books for you and then sell them. It's madness. But that's the new idea. I know it's yet another idea. I'm still doing all the other ideas I'm doing. But this was kind of so easy to get into. I couldn't not just do one. So I'm just going to do one book, see what happens. And like I said, as soon as it's done, I'll let you guys know. So that's quite interesting. I think it's quite exciting. And that was it. So that's the Amazon KDP. Go check it out. Like I said, I'll link this Ty Cohen's YouTube video in the show notes. He does do it with this guy. The video, he does it with a platform called learn.com, L-U-R-N. Horrendous spelling. He does an interview with him and it goes through it. It is long-winded. Oh my God, it's long-winded. So if you want to watch the 2 videos where he explains it all, you can do. If not, just search Ty Cohen on YouTube. He's got loads of videos. And of course, he has a course to buy if you want to buy a course. And he'll walk you through it step by step. But to be honest, I'm not quite sure what other steps he could help you with, if I'm honest. If by watching one video, I thought, okay, I'll have a go. And I did it. And I'm just waiting for it to come back. Pretty sure you guys can do the same. But if you do want a course, he sells a course as well. But maybe wait until I've got my book back and I'll let you know how it went. I might need to go on the course myself. And that's it. So there we go. Done. I even made some notes. So down this episode, again, I'm going for a 1 recording attempt. So we're still on the single recording, as was last week, in one go. I did have to edit out tiny bits of just silence or where I was taking a deep breath. Having asthma doesn't help this because you hear all my breaths really, really well. So sorry about that. Yeah, so that's it. That is the episode this week. So the next episode will be, I don't know, probably back to Amazon FBM, I expect, because I've got quite a few things to do. I'm hopefully getting to them. I've just been a bit rubbish lately. You know, I tend to have spells of high energy, getting loads of stuff done, and then I kind of crash for a few days, and I seem to struggle a bit. So that's where I'm at the moment. Anyway, if you are interested, I did start doing some. They're not. I say daily vlogs. They're not. They're just vlogs. On YouTube, on the Cashflow Pirate YouTube channel, I just started uploading a couple of little blogs. I mean, literally like 2-3 minutes long, just showing you, like, what did I do? The first one on how do you find time to do anything in your business if you've got a full-time job, which I do. So it was just me at work. I had 10 minutes spare, so I just recorded a vlog and uploaded it. Simple as that. So if you fancy checking those out, please head over to the YouTube channel. That'd be cool. And again, reviews are always welcome. You know where to go. iTunes, comments on YouTube. If you do happen to watch the YouTube video, please just hit a like or comment, anything, because any sort of interaction is great. Email, you can email me, Richard at Cashflow Pirate Podcast. Cashflow Pirate. No, it's not. It's Richard at cashflowpirate.com. There you go. Richard at cashflowpirate.com. I'm still waiting for your submissions for my snazzy, catchy little podcast tagline. I've had a few ropey ones, but they're still better than what I had. But I'm still waiting. Okay, so send those into the email, or you can tweet me or message me on Instagram. You know, this is all not new stuff. You know where we are, all on there. I don't know if you saw my Instagram, but we actually hit 400 downloads. So within the last 2 weeks or whatever it's been, we've actually got like 200 downloads. So thank you so much. That's ridiculous. What are you doing? But thank you for doing it anyway. And that is it. So a bit of a shorter episode this week, but like I said, I just wanted to get that Amazon KDP idea out there. And let me know if you fancy it yourself, or if you're going to wait until I spend the money and tell you about it. But I thought it was a cool opportunity. Thought I'd just share it. Check out the link below if you want to find his stuff. And hopefully I'll have an update for you in the next couple of weeks. It should be, I reckon it's going to be the end of October I get it back. So I'll let you know. Okay, I'll leave you alone now. Have a nice afternoon, evening, morning, whatever you're doing. Until next time, see you later. Ciao.